So, hi and welcome to this another episode with me, Arshi, and here I am with a very important session, right? CAT सभी students का हो चुका है, पर CAT जिनका अच्छा नहीं गया है, जिनका अच्छा गया है, उनके पास और भी कई सारे कॉलेजेस हैं जिनको वो लिस्ट में रखते हैं, जिसमें वन ऑफ द ड्रीम कॉलेजेस जो होते हैं दैट इज SIBM पुणे, राइट? अभी मैं जब कैट सेंटर पे गई थी एंड आई थिंक लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स वर आस्किंग कि उनका अगर IM नहीं होता है, राइट, ABC नहीं होता है, तो दे जस्ट वांट टू गो इनटू SIBM पुणे एंड उसके लिए स्नैप का एग्जाम होता है जो कुछ ही दिनों में होने वाला है. सो वी हैव विद अस द एस्पिरेंट रिलेशन टीम फ्रॉम SIBM पुणे व्हिच विल हेल्प यू आउट इन टर्म्स ऑफ भले वो हम लास्ट मिनट टिप्स की बात करें या फिर उनका जो सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस उसकी बात करें, तो इसी चीज से रिलेटेड हम बहुत सारी चीजें डिस्कस करने वाले हैं इस एपिसोड में. सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. सो आई ask you guys to introduce yourself and especially what is the aspirant relation team is all about.
Hi Arshi, hi Avinash, and hello to all your followers and subscribers who are watching this right now. I understand many of you might be quite worried and in whatever state of mind after giving your CRAT exam. It was quite stressful. It is a stressful time. We all faced that last year as well. A little brief about me. My name is Soumyajit Roy. I am from Calcutta, West Bengal. I'm currently a student of SIBM Pune. And a little bit about my background, if I must say, is I'm from a BTech background. I have work ex of about a year and a half, and here at SIBM Pune, I'm pursuing marketing. So yes, and about before talking about what is the ART, I would ask my fellow panel to introduce themselves.
Yeah. So we have Soumya and we have Sonali. So please introduce yourself.
So hello everyone, I am Soumya Singh. I am from Noida. And I come from an academically diverse background. I pursued BSc Honours Zoology in my graduation, and I'm a fresher.
Yeah, Sonali.
Hi Arshi, hi Avinash, hi everyone. So I'm Sonali. I have completed my undergrad in BTech in the field of mechatronics. Post that, I have 18 months of work ex in L&T Defense in the field of project management. And here at SIBM Pune, I'm currently pursuing marketing and I'm in the first year of my MBA.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much about yourself. Still, I think बहुत सारे लोग ये जानना चाहते हैं कि what is this aspirant relation team, what it is all about, and why we are here. So yeah, I just want Soumya ji to explain.
Okay, well, SIBM Pune, as most of you would know, or if you don't know, I must tell you that SIBM Pune is one of the strong pillars about SIBM Pune is its rich student-driven culture. So everything at SIBM Pune is handled by the student itself. We have 10 different student councils that handle 10 different verticals of the college, one of which is admissions. So ART is the aspirant relations team of SIBM Pune, one of the most coveted B schools in the country, right? We are here to light the path as you toil hard to succeed. We guide the aspirants on the way to answer all your queries regarding admissions and help you to strategize for various entrance exams, not only SNAP, but you also help for other various entrance exams as well. Our final goal is to, share a few tips to ace all the entrance exams that you can come across. But our primary function as a council is to reach out to the aspirants and handle the admissions process of SIBM Pune. We interact to aspirants throughout the year through various events. One of which is coming right up is Coffee with SIBM. We also host a day at SIBM, which was recently conducted at our college, where we invite students from all across the country to feel how a day at SIBM feels. We host them throughout the day. That is one of our events. Another event is coming right up is Coffee with SIBM on the 3rd and 4th of December on Delhi, Noida, Pune, and Mumbai. But yeah, to be brief about it, our main goal is to handle admissions at the college and help aspirants to bridge the gap between admissions to getting inside the college, stepping inside the college.
Yeah, so that's about the theme. My first question, कि जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने कैट दिया है, राइट, कैट के बाद हमने प्रीटी मच प्रिपेयर कर रखा होता है कि दिस इज द फॉर्मेट, तो स्नैप का जो डिफिकल्टी लेवल है, राइट, एग्जाम पैटर्न है, बिकॉज आप में से कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने, आप में से किसी ने हो सकता है कैट के साथ स्नैप दिया हो, तो जो डिफिकल्टी लेवल है अगर हम कैट से कंपेयर करें तो उससे ज्यादा रहता है या फिर उतना ही रहता है? सो व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से ऑन दैट?
So I'll take up that question. So difficulty level, first of all, would be quite subjective, but like the pattern is very different. It's like 60 minutes, 60 questions. So speed comes into a really important factor that plays how you perform at the day. So after CAT, of course, the syllabus, some people might feel that it's a bit easier, but then you have to notch up your speed. So that's why maintaining speed with accuracy is what I think makes the difficulty level a bit more. But of course, compared to CAT, it might be a bit easier for some aspirants. But also the syllabus is quite different. So aspirants in a short duration of time after CAT, they have to cover up some new topics as well.
सो आई थिंक आप जितने भी तीनों मेरे साथ हैं उन सबकी जर्नी जो है वो काफी सेम रही होगी. हम एग्जाम देते हैं, देन फिर एक और स्ट्रेस, अब स्कोर आ गया, राइट, स्कोर के बाद फिर हमें नेक्स्ट लेवल की प्रिपरेशन करनी है. तो इसी के साथ जो दूसरा क्वेश्चन है, लेट्स से मैंने स्नैप दे दिया, राइट, तो मुझे कितना परसेंटाइल चाहिए स्नैप के अंदर टू गेट अ कॉल फ्रॉम SIBM पुणे? और इफ यू कैन जस्ट एलैबोरेट की कैटेगरी वाइज अगर आपको आइडिया हो, बाकी इन जनरल कितना परसेंटाइल रिक्वायर्ड है फॉर SIBM पुणे इन स्नैप?
So SNAP, all of us know, is a very dynamic exam. So the pattern keeps on changing like pretty much every year, and so does the percentile. But if we had to come at a ballpark figure, somewhere around 98 percentile, like I'm not saying कि short 98 percentile मिलेगा तो you are getting a call, but 98 percentile is a good number to expect or target if you're appearing for SNAP. And uspe we can expect calls. Like that is what was last year, and this year it might change, but yeah, it's pretty much around that 98, 99, 97 के आसपास.
Okay, so I think हमने कंपैरिजन कर लिया कैट एग्जाम से, हमने बात कर ली कि क्या कट ऑफ जाएगा. बट एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो आई थिंक अभी के टाइम पे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स देखते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ वीडियोस, कि मेरे पास लास्ट 10 डेज हैं, लाइक वो लास्ट कुछ दिनों की स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज अभी तो आई कैन नॉट ओपन सारी चीजें एंड राइट फ्रॉम बिगिनिंग. तो क्या स्ट्रैटेजीज क्या होनी चाहिए? और मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि क्विकली ये स्ट्रैटेजी जो है ना, वो आप तीनों ही कहीं ना कहीं सब, बिकॉज सबकी स्ट्रैटेजी में कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा होगा जो उनको हेल्प करेगा, जो उनकी 10 दिन की जर्नी है. सो व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से ऑन दैट वन बाय वन? या सौम्या जी.
Yeah, Arshi. So what I want to tell to you and your 200,000 followers is that right now it is a very, very crucial time for the aspirants, whoever is preparing for SNAP. The main goal is to be very calm, because हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इस हड़बड़ी में कैट खराब हो गया, स्नैप आ रहा है, उसके बाद और भी एग्जाम्स होंगे, तो वी गेट वेरी स्ट्रेस्ड अबाउट इट. एंड कैट अगर बाई चांस खराब हो जाता है, वी गेट वेरी डिमोटिवेटेड एंड डिजेक्टेड. मेरा पर्सनली कैट उतना अच्छा नहीं गया था. So what I personally feel, since I had to handle I was working when I was preparing for SNAP and CAT, all under entrance exams. मैंने क्या किया था, I was very sad for 2 days because my CAT खराब हो गया था. So I wasted 2 days there. What I would suggest to the next aspirants who might have a bad exam for CAT or any other exam is to not be sad about what went wrong and rather focus कि ये जो 10 दिन बाकी है इसमें they can focus on the weak areas. जो भी मतलब weak areas है उसमें थोड़ा बहुत time दे, but mostly focus on the strengths and be calm, stay hydrated. बस अपने आप पे ध्यान दे and be focused for the D-Day. That's what worked for me. I mostly chilled for an hour or so. I took a break, but then just focus on your strong areas, and that's how this 10 days went by. I'm sure my teammates will have different answers, but that's what worked for me.
Yeah, we'll next ask Soumya what should be the right, tips for the last few days, tips for your SNAP examination. What do you want to say on that?
So even I had quite a similar experience. Like even my CAT wasn't very well. I knew that through that I won't be getting the top colleges. But I think it's very important that you shift your focus and start practicing for SNAP, because of course, like Mahatma Gandhi said, an ounce of practice is worth more than tons of preaching. So it's very important you get in form again. So I started with taking many mocks, developing a mock strategy so that on the D-Day, I'm not confused as to which section should I attempt first, what should be my priority. So I think that is something that in the last laps of your final preparation, you should have a solid mock strategy. You should know what you will be doing on that D-Day. Also, maintaining a right mindset is very important. You tend to get demotivated because CAT answer keys are coming out. People are asking, how did you perform? Other tests are also lined up. So it's very important that you keep the right optimistic mindset so that even if things don't pan out the way you wanted, you don't lose hope.
Yeah, over to you, Sonali.
Yes, Arshi. So I was working when I was preparing for CAT as well as for SNAP. So actually, I had a 6-day work week, very hectic. But then, so yeah, my CAT, like my friends, didn't go that well. So, and I had let it go there and then. I was like, okay, the other exams are coming up. I have to start preparing for that. So for SNAP, as we know, it's a very much speed-based test. Just like Soumya, I also focused more on mocks because after preparing for CAT, we are very much well aware with the formulae and everything, like, and the techniques of solving problems. So what you had to practice for SNAP now is the timing and the accuracy along with the speed. So taking mocks every day was one of the things which I did. Like after, since it was just a 60-minute mock, so it didn't take much of my time. But yeah, the analysis did take time. So if not one every day, the most we could do is maybe on alternate days we take a mock until there are 2 days left for SNAP. So on the when there was just 1 or 2 days left for SNAP, what I did was I stopped giving mocks and I started going through all the formulae and just revising all of them so that nothing goes out of my head, specifically for quants. And yeah, that was all about it. And the last day was just for taking a break and getting calm and confident so that you're prepared for the D-Day and you don't stress out much. So that was pretty much my strategy for SNAP.
So I
for
think
the
we'll
last 10
just,
days.
yeah. So we are done with the tips and tricks, right? मैंने 10 दिन आपकी strategy follow कर ली. Now the day comes, right? We call it D-Day, right? So what should be the do's and don'ts when it comes to the exam day?
So I'll start.
Yeah.
So first of all, even I tend to get a little anxious on D-Days when I know that it's a crucial day for my life, which will decide how the next few years of my life will be. So first of all, I start the day with on a positive note. I try to eat something sweet because that keeps me happy. I make sure that I stay hydrated. And also, like on the D-Day, you have to carry certain documents or your admit card. You have to make sure that you know the location where your center is, so that at the last moment, at the 11th hour, you're not searching on Google Maps where my center is, or oh my God, I didn't bring my admit card. What should I do next? So be prepared that way as well. So that is something that I did just before getting ready for the D-Day. And then on the D-Day, I made sure that I said words of affirmation to myself that you can do this and staying optimistic. So that is what I did.
Yeah. Anyone else want to add something to it?
Yeah, well, I pretty much did the same thing. Apart from the affirmations part, I was not really aware I could do something like that. But that's a good point. If I ever get a chance to give an MBA next life, so I'll remember that. Apart from that, what I really did is after reaching the center, I really made sure that I give equal time when I'm preparing for when I'm giving the paper. I give equal amount of time to each section. So that is something you have to keep in mind, keep at the back of your head, that you don't spend too much time on one section itself, so that the time runs out. Because SNAP is a time-based test, and it's a very important factor of the exam. So that is one quick pointer that you should be keeping on your mind. So now you want to add something onto that?
Yes. So I am usually a very calm person. So on the D-Day, on the day of the exam, when I went there, I had divided my time very strategically. So it's like, of course, the strategies varies from person to person and depends on their strengths and weaknesses a lot. So for me, my strength was verbal. So, and I knew that I could do it in a very much, minimal amount of time. So for verbal, I had kept a very less amount of time, and I knew I could complete those questions in that stipulated time. Like maybe for example, if there are 20 questions, I gave them like not more than 10 or 15 minutes. So that way I was getting more time for cons and LRDI. So that is one of the ways, like you play on your strengths, so that the areas where you're not that strong or you're a little weak, you can cover up there. And one more important thing is to have a buffer time. Like for example, if you allot 10 minutes for verbal and 20 minutes for quants, and make sure that at the end of the thing we have around 5 to 10 minutes buffer, so that if there's anything left out, then we can come back to that and do that. So, and also one of the most important things is that we don't get stuck on one question. If we are spending more than 30 seconds and one question is not getting solved, according to me, I would suggest that we go ahead. We can mark that question, come back later. But it's always better to leave it and go ahead for the next question, because Snap is a very time-based test, and losing even a second would prove detrimental. So that was the strategy that I had approached for on the D-Day.
One more question which is coming to my mind is कि अभी मैंने देखा होता क्या है ना, हमारा कैट बिगड़ चुका है, राइट? एंड कैट से एक दिन पहले भी इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू इवन स्लीप ऑल्सो, राइट? बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर होता है, और जब एक एग्जाम हमारा खराब हो गया है और हमारा जो लाइक ड्रीम है टू गेट इनटू अ गुड बी स्कूल, राइट, उस पे दूसरा एग्जाम, तो उस टाइम पे स्टूडेंट्स को वो सिचुएशन कैसे हैंडल करनी चाहिए, राइट? क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है कि हमें चीजें बनती हैं, बट जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट नर्वसनेस और हम बहुत स्ट्रेस्ड हैं, हम एग्जाम टाइम पे पूरी तरह से ब्लैंक हो जाते हैं. तो किसी को इसको लेके कोई चीज ऐड करनी है क्या?
So nervousness. Actually, I was very calm during my days of preparation, but there comes a point when maybe it may be on the D-Day or maybe on the preparation days. So at that moment, all you need to do is just take a break and just gather your thoughts. And like at the end of the day, we know that it's not darne se ya fir, stressing about it so much is not going to help, and it's only going to make things worse because it's not adding any value to us. So keeping that in mind, gathering your thoughts and just being poised and calm and taking a break for if during the preparation days, maybe you can just take a break, go out for a walk, talk to friends, talk to family. If you have pets, then be with them. That really soothes and that really helps us. So that was some of the things I did. And on the D-Day, I know a lot of my friends who went blank on, during the exam, because they were like stressed out and didn't know what to do, because it happens that maybe the first 5 questions that have come, you don't know any of that. So in those cases, it's very normal that you're going to get nervous, or you're going to think that maybe I'll not be able to clear the paper and I'm going to lose another year. But it's not that way, because any exam, be it CAT, be it SNAP, it's always a mix of easy questions and difficult questions. So what we need to do is take a break at that moment, just a minute's break, collect our thoughts and go ahead. Like we know the questions are very much doable. So it's okay if the first 5 questions that came we didn't know. We can move ahead, check for the other ones, and maybe they are easier, and then maybe we can do it. Stressing over it and thinking about it, it's not going to help, and it's only going to make things worse. So going ahead and not giving up is one of the most important things, be it during D-Day, be it during preparation phase.
Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done with almost majority of questions, but another very important question is group exercise, personal interview and VAT after your SNAP exam, right? Just where you guys will be having a session, offline session as well. So you can explain a little bit about that, और थोड़ा सा overview कि किस तरह से selection criteria है, क्या सारी चीजें हैं, how was your journey and all that. So we can start one by one, and yeah.
Okay, so the most happiest day in my last year was the day when I got my SNAP result and I got the call letter from SIBM Pune. So that was one of my happiest days in the last year. So I still remember the feeling. It was very, I woke up in the morning, I was awaiting my results, and then I suddenly got the percentile score. I was like, yes, I have done it. I have made it into the top a B school of in the top B schools of India, and it was my dream college as well, one of my dream colleges as well. So when what happened is that this happiness becomes extremely temporary, because right after that you realize that you have to prepare for another step of the process, right? There's GE, we call group exercise, there's written ability test, and there's the personal interview. How I prepared for these three processes is that I I had conversations with people, right? Because all of these processes test you on the basis of your communication skills, on the basis of your creativity, and on the basis of how you present yourself in front of a group and in front of people, right? So, talking about the selection criteria, it's very dynamic. It also changes from year on year, but it is a dynamic process on how the selection happens. But two things, or two to three things that you need to keep in mind for these three tests is that try to build up your communication, try to build up your vocabulary as much as you can. Reading newspapers would help a lot. Talking to anyone you can, and communicating with them in English will help you a lot in the long run. I read a lot of newspapers. I watched TV shows, my favorite TV shows, that also will help you, striking a conversation with people. And in the end, it also judges you on the basis of how you negotiate in a group exercise. Also, a bit more about on the group exercise part of the process. It is quite different. People might, think of it as a group discussion round, which it is not. It's quite different from a group discussion round. What happens in a group discussion is you try to debate. A debate might come into the picture, but when it's a group exercise, there is no point of debate. You actually bring forward an idea and try to build up on it with a team, and come to a common conclusion. So try, when you approach a GE or a group exercise, try to be more empathetic, try to be more try to involve the group more, and try to come to a conclusion rather than keeping your own point forward. That is one tip I will have for GE, and I will move on to my panelists for their experiences.
I think Somajit explained the selection criteria quite well. If I have to explain my personal strategy for ge-pi-wat, starting with group exercise, I think that in a group exercise, every individual tends to take on a specific role according to their personality. Some people act as moderators, some people act as facilitators, some people like playing the role of a devil's advocate. So it's important that you identify your strength. Also, I believe that general knowledge was one area of one pain point for me. I wasn't really good at it. So during the last days of preparation, I tried to brush up that skill as much as I can. I watched various YouTube channels. I started reading various other blogs as well, so that I'm confident on that day. Also, all these processes test your soft skills as well. You need to present who you are, the genuine version of it. So I would say that candidates should not try to impose a certain personality. You should try to be your true self. Then for written ability test, I think that one thing that really helped me is that I love reading. So my creativity during that phase is something that really helped me. For PI, again, confidence is the key. Even if you don't know a particular answer, or if you think that you're getting stuck, you should accept it truthfully that, sir, I do not know this answer. Can we move ahead with the round? Rather than trying to answer it or trying to show that you might know the answer. So that is my personal take on this.
Yeah.
So my experience for ge-pi-wat were like for GE, as Somajit and Soumya said, it's a more collaborative exercise more than a debate, and it's one of the processes which is very much different from the other colleges. It's not a normal GD. It's a group exercise where we need to come to a consensus. So like all the points have been mentioned, and the most important one being is that it's very important that we try to bring the group to a consensus rather than trying to prove our point correct. So that is one of the things, and it's very important that we speak. Like most of the times we keep on waiting for our turns, but it's very important that whenever we get a chance, just put a point, and not just any random point, a very valid point. So that is one of the most important things in a group exercise, collaboration, bringing the group to a consensus, and also putting up valid points. And we should also realize that just talking in a GD is not enough. All the points that you're putting up have to be valid, have to be relevant to the topic, and should add value to the discussion. Because I don't think putting up random points would help the group discussion or yourself and your marking scheme in any way. So that is one of the points in group exercise. And for what, creativity and fluency in writing is one of the most important points. So every year, even for the writing ability test, the pattern changes and we have different things coming up. So, but one of the things that remains constant is that you maintain your creativity and we write in a proper language, be it grammar, be it the English, or be it the language. It needs to be proper. That is one thing. And for the personal interview, one of the tips I have is that just be your real self. It's like we shouldn't be someone else in the interview. It's very important that we put up genuine answers to the questions. If we don't know something, we let the panelists know instead, and like accepting it, as Soumya said. It's not important that we know every answer to every question, right? So that is one of the things in a personal interview. And for personal interviews, one of the most important things that I've seen in SIBM Pune's interviews are GK questions and being well versed with what's happening around the world. And also, whatever is in your CV and whatever you have written that you know, it's very important that you're well versed with those subjects or whatever is there. So that is one of the most important things. Like, just don't go blank. Have a look at your CV, prepare for that, and just know the gist of everything. And most of the cases, like maybe a little detail is required. Like, for example, if you're a fresher and you don't have work ex, so it's obvious that the main focus is going to go on your academics. So know a little detail about your academics. And suppose if you have work ex, you know that maybe the weightage will go, like the questions might go towards the direction of your job that you have done. So know that, and try to give proper answers and try to just be genuine in whatever you're answering. So that is all the tip that I have for GPI and what.
One more thing I just want to add, which I ask Soumya to explain. I mean, you guys are having event, where you will be asking aspirants to come down and ask all these questions, whatever they have related to the exam or related to group exercise or personal interview. So you just want to add something on that, Soumya.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question. Are you asking? Can you just repeat the question?
Can you just repeat that dates? When can students come down? Yeah, your event.
Yeah. So all this session was to help the students, your followers, who eagerly wait for you to help them throughout their journey of getting into an MBA school. So we do quite the same thing. We hold events. Our next event is Coffee with SIBM. We are coming to the cities Delhi, Noida, Pune, and Mumbai on the 3rd and 4th of December. So if you are around and if you reside in that city, you can come at our venues. Our venues will be revealed shortly on our official Instagram and Facebook pages. If you go and search for Aspirant Relations Team, SIBM Pune, you will find them. So you can join our groups. We will share our own personal tips and strategies in depth, and we will help you, shape your way through the last phase of your exam and beyond that, and beyond your exam. How, just like we talked about our personal experiences, we will be sharing more in-depth knowledge about how to crack your VAT, how to crack your GE exercises, what kind of inputs you can expect from the panel, how the panel will be. So yes, come down to check us, the team out, how we did it last year and how we help you to crack all your MBA dream.
Yeah, to achieve the same. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's all about the session. And I think we tried to answer all possible questions what you have related to, SIBM or SNAP examination. But agar aapke abhi bhi koi sawal bache hain, so we can also plan a kind of questionnaires where, you can ask your question live and they'll be able to answer all those questions.
Bye.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you, Soumya. It was.
Thank you, Arshi.
Thank you, Arshi.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful having this session with you all.
Yeah. Thank you. So that's all about this episode. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.